Hey, welcome. Welcome to Solution and an Answer with your host, Santos Jr., Stockton, California. Today is Mother's Day. No gambling zone. I don't know who's going to join me. We're going to be here for We're going to be here for 30 minutes. Exactly 30 minutes. Time is going to go by very, very quickly. Bear with me here just a minute. Bear with me just a minute. Boy, what did we do today? Is it going to work? There we go. Man, a little technical difficulty. Hey, welcome guests, soldiers, community members, and anybody that's new. Again, we're going to be here 30 minutes. We're going to talk about a specific topic today. Hopefully you'll join in, you'll get involved, and who knows, maybe you'll get your breakthrough today. Maybe. I'm hoping I'll get my breakthrough before this program's over. So I got to leave in a jiffy. Anyways, welcome, Emily. Welcome, K6 there. Jim, welcome. It's time. Hey, Rich. Good to see you, Rich. And let me see. MMFILLC. I don't know. I believe that might be Nick. Might be Nicholas. Well, we were supposed to have a guest on this broadcast, but we're not going to have him. There's K6, and then there's Hemel. Hey, welcome. So there's a few of us here on the broadcast. What is going on here? Why am I? Let me get this thing off of here. Never mind. Messing up here. Okay. Anyways, welcome. I will take a question or two before the program is over. I have a proverb. And today's subject, we're going to discuss this thing about, here's what we're going to discuss a little bit. Hopefully it'll get us going. What happens if you keep on saying publicly or alone that you're going to do it, right? You're going to do something, you're going to take action, you're going to go somewhere, and you keep falling short? What happens to your spirit? Is there a difference between thinking about doing what you should or verbally saying it publicly out in front of other people or to yourself? Is there a difference when you're just thinking about it or when you say it? We're going to look into this topic a little bit because this is very, very dangerous. This is very dangerous stuff here when it comes to making public statements. People have been, well, I'm not going to go there. We'll keep it. I got to get into the proverb here real quick. But before I do, if there's any questions for me on this broadcast, let me see. I'm trying to, can't post comments to some. Hamel says, today I gambled, huh? Today you gambled and I lost $500. I'm broke. Yeah, that's what happens. You break when you lose your money. That's not a good thing, especially on Mother's Day. I'm glad you're here, though. Hopefully you'll get your breakthrough, man. You got to believe. You got to believe. You got to believe. Why do we fall? We're going to look at that, Jim. I know time is going by very quickly. I can't see all the comments. So anyways, let me read the proverb before I go on because time is going by really quick. And this has to do with what we're talking about on the broadcast too. This is Colossians, man. What is it? Colossians. Did I mess up? Here we go. Walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how ye ought to answer every man. I don't know how you guys feel about this situation. Is it worse to publicly say that you're going to do something and then not do it? And why is it so destructive? Why do we need to get away from that kind of experience? Why do we need to get away from this experience of saying certain things and then not doing them? And we fall short. We do this all the time. Um, why do we fight emotions? I'm trying to get out of there. Okay. For some reason, my comments, I'm not able to see all the comments, and I apologize. Okay. But why do we fight emotions? Well, here's the thing. You know, let me what happens to your own spirit? What happens to your own spirit when you verbalize, right? You say something out loud, you say it to yourself quietly alone, or you say it in front of others and you don't do it. You guys don't fall into that category, huh? You guys don't ever, you don't fall into that where you're in that kind of a cycle. Let me say something here. This is, we all fall in this area, and it's one of the most destructive cycles that we can be partaking of. My friend, we absolutely, unequivocally need to be concerned about this. There's a lot of destructive consequences. There's eternal consequences to doing this kind of activity. And I'm not going to say what the worst experience is, but we know what happens when we verbalize and we say we're going to do something and we don't do it. That is, it's a suicide. It's what it is. It's a suicide. But this is interesting. This guy, John, let me see if I can pull it up. His name is John Astaroth. He's a very successful man. But listen to what he says about the choices that you are making and I'm making. About the choices. We think we're in control of a lot of these things. He says that, uh, where is it here? Darn it. There was a study done. There was a study done by a Harvard professor. His name is Gerald Zapman. He wanted to establish how much of the purchase decision making process is subconscious, stealth, unknown, unaware that you're even taking actions. Very, very subtle. He said 95% of the buying rationale occurs subconsciously. Now, think about that with me here. 95% of your decisions are being done without you really thinking about the decision. 95%. Man, that's dangerous when you don't stop to think about it. It is, because we're frustrated, we're angry, we're sad, we're bleeding, we're losing, we're fighting, and we're depressed, and we don't really understand what's going on. I just feel like I'm in a cycle and I can't break out of it, right? I can't break out of it. We use our word, we use our own mouth to kind of put ourselves in a state of prophetic, like self-fulfilling prophecy, man. I hate this. I hate this. I'm being real. This is humanity. This is our dark nature. And I look at myself sometimes and I say, I hate that part of me, man. I hate it. And if we're not aware, if we're not consciously aware, we're going to continue to get beat up, Jim, Emily, Rich, Nick. We're going to continue to get beat up. And you know what? The casinos are going to take everything that you have. Are you going to will you let this thing take over? Or are you going to begin to see the reality of what's really going on? We're being deceived left and right in many ways. I believe so. And until we really start to question our thinking and what we're doing on a day-by-day basis until we stop to think and question, we're going to continue going down the wrong path fast. That's what's going on. I can't see all of the comments, so I apologize, but let me see. I know, hang in there, guys. Don't let the triggers get you. Build support system. Listen, my friends, the support system is in stopping to think. Okay. One of the reasons why, if you're still gambling and you're in trouble and you're losing your money and it's a mess, if you just stop right now, and I'm glad that you're here, if you just stop and look at the situation that you're in, the problem is you're not stopping to think. You're not stopping to think about it. You're not really looking at the situation. You're just going 90 miles an hour. And you can't afford to go 90 miles. You're going to run out of gas. Gas is getting expensive these days, if you haven't noticed. You're going to run out of gas. And that's the major problem. My friend, if we want to stop gambling, if we're not stopping gambling, it's because we haven't made a decision. We don't believe. We're in a rut. The subconscious is making 95% of the decisions for you. Think about that. Your subconscious is making 95. Now, is this research accurate? I believe it is if you really look at your life. I believe it is, because when I look at my life, man, sometimes I do some dumb shit. Sometimes I think some dumb thoughts. Sometimes I say the wrong things. And you know what? The more that you catch yourself, the better off you're going to be. Don't even say it. I'm going to quit gambling next week. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't even say it if you don't plan on doing it. Because what happens? What happens to your spirit? What happens to your soul? What happens to you as an individual when you keep saying a certain thing and you don't do it? You know what it's doing to your spirit. You know what it's doing to your soul. You know what it's doing to your thoughts, what it's doing to your confidence, to your courage. You know. And I'm hoping to awake you today here on this broadcast. What are the pros and cons to this kind of, are there pros and cons to, or what are the pros of not saying something verbally? Unless you're going to fulfill it. Now, what about thinking about something? What if you're just thinking about it, right? Does it really matter if you're just thinking about something without verbally saying it? Well, it does matter, but what really matters is when you make a confession and you say it out loud. I'm going to quit gambling next week. I'm going to quit gambling today. And then tomorrow, the next day, you don't go. And then you say it again. I'm going to quit gambling. I'm going to stop doing this, right? I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to start going. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to stop. And you don't do it. You're wearing yourself out inside. What does it do to us? It puts us in a grave is what it does, man. It's killing us. It's killing us. John talks about, I was reading a book. He talks about the warfare that we're all in. And we are in a warfare, my friends. We're in a warfare. And we need to wake up because things are not getting better. There's a World War III going on. By the way, happy Mother's Day if I forgot. The casinos are rampant. They want to make money, right? They've opened up all their full steam ahead. Their engineering, their marketing, their free gift, little toasters, bagel toasters they're giving away, whatever it is that they're doing, sucking people in. It's so we all need to develop an imagination of hope, a better life, a goal we want to be in. If we don't have this goal, we're going to succumb to bad things. We're going to keep going down. We have to do something, because if we don't, Jim, we're going to keep going down the slope, man. We're going to keep sliding, and it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. I was reading a comment about a gambler that he won a five-figure lawsuit. And he gambled most of that money away. He's down to $10,000. I can imagine what's going on in his mind. It's not good. Not good. But why? We're being deceived. We're being duped. We're being tricked. And we need to wake up. Man, once you wake up to the realization that you're being duped, that you're being taken, that you're being deceived, it's a horrible thing when you find out that you're being lied to, isn't it? It's a horrible experience, man. And that's what's happening. Now, I believe that there's pros to not saying what you're going to do. There's cons. There's cons to speaking out and not doing it, because you're going to wear yourself down to nothing, where you will no longer believe in yourself, period. You will not believe in yourself. Your mind will play some of the most fucked up tricks on you. It will. It will. If we don't get a handle on this and think about it, we have to stop, and think. Stop. You're going to make a decision. You're going to stop and think. Gambling is a lie. So the rabbit hole. Yeah. So this action is silently deadly, like a stealth airplane or a submarine. It can quietly go undetected and do some serious eternal damage. You face it, you look at it, you learn. I was thinking about this, man, what we do to ourselves all the time with our own, by saying, I hate it, man. I hate it. I hate it because I catch myself doing it too. But the more that you become aware, obviously, the more enlightened you become, the better you become at it, because you become sensitive, and you know, hey, wait a minute, I was about to say something. No. I'm not going to. I'd rather just take the action instead of saying it, if that makes sense. I don't know what's happening, but I think I'm having some issues with my green screen. While we're down to our last 10 minutes, yeah, I mean, we have to come to that decision. No more. If you're not going to listen, if you're not going to stop gambling, don't tell yourself that you're going to stop. Don't do it. Don't tell anybody else, right? Until you're ready to really take action to make something happen. Then the more you say it, it's loose rhetoric. It's a slow suicide. It's like reverse damage. The damage is kind of going inside and deeper and deeper and deeper, and then eventually you just don't believe in yourself anymore. Nobody can really motivate you. Nothing can inspire you. You're done. You're done. Your conscience is seared like a hot iron. I mean, your conscience is flat like a paper, like this, paper flat. No life. YouTube videos are mind tricks. We need very strict discipline. Yeah, we have to work inside, right? Never mind everybody else. Never mind, man. We have to look at ourselves and say, where am I at? Where am I going with this? I'd love to give Jim the opportunity, but I'm going to be running pretty soon here. I got to get out of here. But hopefully the next Sunday, and I don't know if I'm getting all the questions here. Gambling is a lie. You will win, but they will take it back. K6 says, Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger trash Robinhood stock and crypto platform because they say it's nothing but gambling, but they lie and say it's investing. Watch out for the liars. Yeah, it's a crazy world out there, man. It's getting crazier. It is, man. I'm telling you. And we got to get you. If your gambling is your major problem, you got to get it out of the way. You must get it out of the way, because it's just going to trip you up in all the other areas. And believe me, you can get away. You can change. You can move. You can believe. Listen, if you're here on this broadcast, consider yourself fortunate. I'm very fortunate to be here because I've learned how to believe. And it is a process. It takes a little bit of time. It takes discipline. It's work. But man, once you turn on that belief switch, it flows into all these other areas. And yes, you can get a handle on what you're saying if you want to. You can get a handle on this thing verbally, constantly saying, we do this all the time, but you can become more sensitive to it. And the more sensitive, the more conscious awareness, the better off you're going to be, right? The better off, the stronger, the more courage, the more hope you have hold on to inside. It's the truth. So, the call to action is really to become more fully aware of what the consequences are so that you will rightfully maneuver through this talk and take action experience. I'm going to read that again. The call to action here is to become more fully aware of what are the consequences if you keep saying these things, right? And you don't do them. What are the consequences in your life? Everybody's different. My consequences are not going to be your consequences, right? Your consequences are not going to be mine. But becoming more fully aware of the consequences that you will rightfully maneuver through this talk and take action experience. That's what we have to do. How do you do that? Man, by stopping to think, by coming to a podcast like this, possibly maybe even reading some scripture in the mornings. Can't see the Bible. Or making your own poem, as I said before, writing out your own poem. I am a great person. Yes, I have my challenges, but I am smart. I am witty. I am committed. I'm going to work on my verbal statements. You write a little poem. I'm strong. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. For God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Write yourself a poem and read it to yourself every morning and at night if you have to. Whatever it takes, whatever it takes, whatever it takes. That's what must be done. All right, my friends, I got to get going here. 6:22. We got about 5 minutes left. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to be in life tomorrow, next week, next month, next year? Can we start generating ideas and a plan? We have to be, I'm really convicted, man. I feel guilty because I catch myself at times saying things and I don't do them. And I know every time that I say, I feel it. I feel it in my spirit, like it's wearing down, like it's I don't even believe in myself, right? Oh man, I hate this. But we can work through it by God's grace. We will get through it. And one day, all of these things are going to be gone. The lies, the gambling, the casino, the sin, all of these things are going to be gone. We're going to be gone, right? One by one. But one day, there's going to be a new world. There's going to be a new world order. And these things are not going to be in it. In fact, the scripture says there's going to be a place wherein dwells righteousness. Death will no longer be there. Sin will no longer be there. The murderers and the narcissists and the gambling and all this money and all the looting will not be there. That's my hope. But until then, I got a clean house, man. I got a clean house. And I'm inviting you to clean house also. Happy Mother's Day. It's a great day to start. It's a great day to start. Thank you for hanging out with me. We're getting ready to end the program because I have to get going. And I apologize. I couldn't see for some reason, I just couldn't see all the questions. I've got a block on my end for some reason. Well, come here. Keep coming. We've got some good videos on YouTube. Listen, I'm just a hater. I'm just a hater like you, man. I've just managed to crack some codes in my own skull. That's all I've done. Come back here, follow the videos, take some notes, start believing in yourself. Ask yourself the questions like Jim is asking, like many of you are asking. Where do we go from here, right? How do I start? I just gave the call to action. Become more fully aware. What are the consequences? Become aware of the consequences. Focus. Santos, I don't want to focus on the consequences, man. You got to focus on something. Because if not, it's going to get harder and harder and harder. For some people will never make it out of that prison. They will never make it out of there. Remember, 1 in every 5 commit. 1 in every 5 attempt to commit suicide. And it's just not about gambling and anything. But in the gambling sphere, 1 out of every 5 attempt. We have to attempt to work over our spirit and work over our mind to make it work for us, right? Make your mind work for you. Instead of you working for your mind, make your mind work for you, and it's possible. Facebook user says, I lost 7,000 last week. Not good. Lifetime losses. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here. Listen, keep coming back. That's all I can tell you. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. If you got to be quiet with yourself, be quiet with yourself. And when you're ready, you know when you're ready, that's when you just say, you know what, I'm done. I'm done. I'm going all the way. I'm going to fight like a Marine. I'm going to fight. And that's all you got. Use your willpower. And when your willpower runs out, hopefully you've built up enough steam to keep going. All right, my friends, I have to get going here. Thank you guys for hanging out. Remember, you can send me an email if you have a question. If I missed you, somehow you can send the question there. Connect with Santos via email. We've got videos. We've got G.A.B.A. We do have G.A.B.A. coming. That's for sure. It is coming. It's taking time, but we're going to help a lot of gamblers. I am going to help a lot of gamblers. That's my promise, man. That's my promise. All right. K6, thank you for hanging out. Hey, Jim, I appreciate we still have life in us. We can think, we can choose. We sure can. Hamo, keep coming back. I don't even know. I'm 24 years old and I've lost already. Listen, the best thing that you can do, send me an email, stay in contact with me. I may be able to help you, but you got to be determined in yourself. You got to be determined to become a fighter, because if you're not determined, then there's nothing I can do for you. But keep coming back, get involved. And like I said, if in doubt, write it out. If in doubt, write it out. Put it on a piece of paper. Nick, welcome. Thank you for hanging out. Rich Sapani, thank you for hanging out. Facebook, Twitter, thank you for allowing me to stream. And that is it. We missed a few people. Oh, Emily. Did I get Emily here? Hopefully. Says Yumoto, thanks. Spot on. Jim says that we as humans can choose our focus on regrets or hope. Let's be conscious of choosing hope planning. Yeah, we're either going to continue to destroy ourselves or we are going to heal. We're either going to heal or destroy ourselves. Friends, gambling is a lie. Yes, it can be defeated, and it will be defeated. I'm going to say it again. Gambling's a lie. If you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like you're drowning in quicksand, you're in the ocean, you're drowning, I'm glad that you're here. Keep coming back, partake of this community, write down your questions, send it to an email. I'll respond. You got somebody on your side. Many gamblers out there don't have anybody on their side that they can connect with. You've got somebody. I'm going all the way. This is permanent. I've crushed it. I'm doing it, so I know it's a reality. All right, my good friends, community, soldiers, I will see you on the next broadcast, hopefully 7 p.m. on Sunday. Until then, make your day super fantastic, terrific, and over the top in spite of and because of. Peace through strength. And yes, it's possible.